keep showing up. When I created this ministry over 5 years ago, the reason why this platform was titled The Christian Girl Chronicles is because I was planning and intending to share my journey following the Lord and doing what He has called me to do on this earth. In the past few days, I've been reflecting my journey throughout nursing school, which has been a 4-year journey, and just the ups and downs I had to experience. What made this journey very unique for me is that as I began nursing school, that's when I also started my journey really serving the Lord with all my might, with all my strength, with all my will. As the summer going into sophomore year, that's when I went through a whole deliverance process and vowed not only unto myself, but unto the Lord that I'm going to serve you whole completely. I'm no longer going to follow the world, be lukewarm. I'm going to serve you. And if I'm going to be for real, throughout this journey, I have definitely went back to my old ways. However, it wasn't until these past few days, just speaking to my spiritual mentors, my loved ones, where they point out that, Hillary, you have really made progress. Like, you have done very well in this journey, that what you had to experience, and one day I'll show my testimony. Not everyone can experience that. Not everyone can achieve the things that you achieved. Going through all those ups and downs, going through the storms, going through the trials, going through the tribulation. And when I was just taking in their comments, it really started to reflect on what I actually experienced and endured throughout this journey. I was reminded of what Jesus said in the Gospels, where He said, if we just have faith of a mustard seed, we can move mountains. Faith of a mustard seed. And I realized that the things that I perceived to be small, the things that I was doing on an everyday basis, reading my word, concentrating myself, engaging in periods of fasting and prayers, following the instructions that the Lord has given unto me throughout this journey, even though I can be stubborn and initially I won't follow them, but eventually when I cave in and submit to the Holy Spirit leading, I realized that those things I perceive to be small are not making much impact, has led me to where I am today, has helped me achieve the things I was able to achieve throughout this journey. With that all being said, the one thing I want you to get out of this testimony is keep on showing up. That the things you perceive to be small, the things you perceive to be insignificant, the things you perceive to not matter or have much impact, it does matter, and it will add up at the end of the day. Because I did all those things that I perceived to be insignificant, I perceived to be small, or things that I thought were just not fair, that, Lord, why do I have to do all these things? Compared onto my peers, they're able to take shortcuts, they're able to do X, Y, and Z and reach the same destination at that time. But I'm letting you know that it adds up. It adds up because by God's grace, I'm about to graduate less than a month with a major and also with a minor, and graduate with honors, which is not an easy feat as well. And throughout this journey, I got amazing opportunities that people that had more resources, people who took shortcuts, they were not able to have access to those opportunities. But because I did the things that the Lord was calling me to do, that small things that I perceived to not be significant, it allowed me to enter into a dimension of favor. And it's by His grace I was able to get those opportunities. So I pray that this would encourage you, and I pray that it reaches the right people who are currently in similar shoes or the same shoes that I was in. As I'm speaking as someone who was able to see the end of the tunnel, it will pay off, and God will not forsake you. He will not.